Cage Warriors double champion Mason Jones lands on UFC Fight Island this month, making his UFC debut against Mike Davis, and I cannot wait. What an amazing 2020 this guy has had. Well earned. Cage Warriors double champ, lightweight champ, and welterweight champ. Obviously, I did not expect him to go up and fight for the welterweight belt. I thought he would get the lightweight belt, defend it once, and then he'll be in the UFC undefeated, 10-0. I think he's had 3 fights in the last year. Fantastic. Very good fight. I made a video early in 2020 hoping him and Paddy Pimblett would meet for the lightweight title. Obviously that fell through and things didn't materialize, but Mason Jones got his hands on the lightweight title and then the welterweight title, and now he's in the UFC. And what a fight this is. Mike Davis is almost the perfect opponent for Mason Jones. If Mason decides to fight a war, if he wants to be tactical, I'll explain how he might do that. But if you want a war, judging off of Mike Davis's last fight, Mason Jones is the guy that will oblige. But fantastic year and well-earned UFC call. Well-earned UFC call. First of all, I remember watching him against Alexei Mantikivi. You know, he got cut in that fight. He got caught. I didn't like to see that. But undefeated in front of the Welsh crowd. Toughness. Took Mantikivi down. Put him in a beautiful Kimura. How Mantikivi did not tap, I do not know. Showcased his wrestling, showcased his striking, showcased his toughness. Then went on to fight McColgan. Obviously, with all the situation that we've got going on at the moment, no fans in attendance, wins the lightweight title in brutal fashion, very good fashion. Then goes on to face Proctor. Another one, wow. You know, goes to face Proctor, wins the welterweight title, knocks him out, TKOs him, double champ. Conor McGregor, former double champ, and you've seen the success Cage Warriors double champions have had. You know, he won the lightweight title, didn't beat Jai Herbert, but it was a vacant lightweight title. No complaining. Now he's in the UFC and ready to showcase his skills. If you guys don't know who Mason Jones is, I recommend you do search his highlights, go on UFC Fight Pass, watch his former fights. Kickboxing black belt, judo black belt, Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and he's only 25. So the ceiling is up. He considers himself the best lightweight on the planet. I will hold my horses there for a second. He's very good. Potential through the roof and undefeated as well. So he goes in with that swagger. Takes 1 shot to give 3 shots. Something I don't like to see personally. I don't like seeing a fighter take a shot to give 3-4. I'd rather take no shots and land 3-4 shots. More than happy to see that. But that's Mason Jones for you. He's tough. You know, he's got all the tattoos, man. I don't get them, but to each their own. But if we're talking skill sets, he's got a very good skill set. Trained at Team Alpha Male as well, if my mind is not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, he did train at Team Alpha Male. He's got very good wrestling as well. We've seen it in all his fights, his takedowns. My only problem with him is him getting hit. He got hit in the Proctor fight. In McColgan, he took a few shots as well. That is part of the fight game. But for me, when you get to the UFC, those kind of shots that you're getting at Cage Warriors are not going to be the same. Some of them will drop you. He got hurt in the Proctor fight for the welterweight title. And again, I don't blame him. Obviously, Proctor's way bigger than him. But he weathered the storm, finished Proctor as well. He's got power in his hands, relentless. He's got pressure for days, comes forward, throws punches. Mike Davis does the same thing. You know, if you look at Mike Davis's last fight as well, same thing, phone booth fighting, willing to just fight it out, throw punches, eat one, fire back 3 or 4. Excellent. And it just has the makings of an excellent fight. But then Mike Davis hasn't fought since 2019, whereas Mason Jones has been extremely active. And this is where I give the edge to Mason Jones. And also I'll give the edge in his wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I'm not comparing Mason Jones to Gilbert Burns, but we saw what Gilbert Burns did to Mike Davis. And we've seen Mason Jones use his wrestling to very good effect. Control opponents on the ground, threaten submissions, rear naked chokes, Kimura. I'm going off the Alexei Mantikivi fight, obviously. He's got power in his hands, but so does Mike Davis. Mike Davis put a beating on his last opponent. He put an absolute beating on him, finishing off with just a couple in the last minute of the last round. He put a beating on him and then finally kill shot right at the end with that right hand. Beautiful. So it can either be a war, but if Mason's going to go in there, I know he's going to want to show UFC fans that don't watch Cage Warriors what he's about and who he is. Put his name out there, up in lights. oh, what a fight of the year, because Mike Davis would oblige as well. Or he can go about his business, take him down, control him on the ground, smash him on the ground, and submit him. That's what would happen in an ideal world. I don't know what Mason Jones is going to plan to do, whether he's going to be strategic, just get the W under his belt, showcase with a finish, then look higher up in the rankings, or decide to go to war and have a Diego Sanchez-like fight, Diego Sanchez, Gilbert Melendez type fight. I don't know. But I am so looking forward to watching Mason Jones fight. You know what it is, yeah? With these Cage Warriors fighters, yeah, it's almost like, I don't know if you guys watch, some people watch football. If you play FIFA, yeah, career mode, and you go to these 16, 17, 18-year-olds and it says exciting prospect, then you buy them and you build them up. And then when they reach 20, let's say in a couple of years, so we're in 2021 now, let's say in 2024, in real world now, you see this player at 20 years old, he's banging goals for Hoffenheim or PSV, one of these smaller clubs, and then the big teams coming in for him, Juve, Arsenal, AC Milan, whatever, they're all coming in for him, 40 million. And you're like, you know what? I knew about him before anyone did. Before you lot start singing his hype, I knew about him. FIFA career mode. This is what it's a bit like with Cage Warriors. I like watching these guys here, and it almost feels like I know them, because if you've been to a Cage Warriors event, very intimate, very close. You see the fighters, even after the event, the fighters are in the standing section. They're coming through, you're taking photos, they're saying hello to guys. It's not like the UFC where the fights are done, fighters are straight off back to their hotel. You might see one or two in the parking lot or whatnot, but that's very rare. Whereas Cage Warriors, you'll see them walking out the O2, Indigo, wherever it is, be it in Cardiff, wherever the fight is, wherever the event is, you'll see the fighters casually. So it's almost like you have that close bond, like you share something with them, which is very weird. I don't know. It's like you're watching a friend fight or someone you've known, but you've just met, you've seen them, because UFC fighters seem to be a bit more distant unless you can get within that circle to meet them, like you go to a fight or hotel or blah, 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 but it doesn't feel the same. You know, when you're at the event and fights are still going on and someone's just fought, for example, let's say Mason Jones on an undercard, and then he's come through standing section where fans are just standing there, paid 25, 30 pound a ticket, and they're standing for 4 or 5 hours. And he just comes through like, yeah, saying hello to guys, you know what I mean? Yes, they're lower ranked and they're not quite their UFC level, but where you go to 1, 2, 3 events and you're seeing the same fighters every now and again, yeah, you're good. And then you see him in the UFC, it's like you feel like a proud father. I'm not a father, but it's like you feel like a proud father, like, man, I've seen you from when you were here, and now you're UFC big time. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I like about Cage Warriors, especially going to Cage Warriors events and seeing these fighters, and then them heading to the UFC. Like Jai Herbert, I saw him win the title, defend it, Modestus Bukauskas. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I know you, man. I don't know if any of you guys understand the feeling I'm trying to say. Leave a comment and let me know. Describe it better in words, like in written word. Obviously, I can't seem to pronounce it apart from just giving you facial expressions and blurring out a load of rubbish. But I can't wait to see Mason Jones fight. I cannot wait. His striking, pressure, the turning, side kicks, the leg kicks, his desire to fight in the phone booth, take you down, smash you on the ground, control, grappling, submissions. He's got the lot in his arsenal. Black belt at 25 years old in jiu-jitsu, judo, good striking. I think his girlfriend as well, she's got a striking martial arts background. And another prospect coming out of Wales as well, following the likes of Jack Shaw, Brett Johns. You got quite a few coming out now. And it's turning to be a small hotbed for very, very talented fighters. And Mason Jones is at the top. So if he wins this fight, obviously Mike Davis isn't the biggest name, but wins it, it propels him. Maybe get someone just outside the top 15, or stay ready and step in if a top 15 fight falls through. You know, anyone between 10 and 15, and boom, he'll be in the rankings. Doesn't want to do what, for example, what's this guy's name in 145? Oh no, how have I forgotten his name? The British guy. I've got his picture in my head, but winning so many fights in a row, but then you're still at number 9, number 8. I guess you guys will know who I'm talking about. 145-pound fighter. He's English as well. He's in the top 10 of the UFC 145-pound rankings. He's like between 7 and 10. But he's just been fighting these guys and he's not moving up in the rankings like anywhere near a title shot. Mason Jones is going to do that. He's going to want to step in, get the next fight. A bit like Hamzat Chimaev, just move, and get into that upper echelon. He's got time. He's got time. He's only 25. He's not even in his prime yet. I cannot wait. Let me know who you guys are looking forward to seeing on Fight Island. Leave a comment, like the video. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.